My name is Rich Lieberman. I live in the Lee Hill District. I'm going to start on public comments tonight. You guys broke your own policy because your policy clearly states public comments come in front of new business. Ms. Gillespie, at the March meeting 2021, Ms. Phelps made a motion during the approving of the agenda to move public comments. You and I sat in this audience, and it made people late. At this point, we had a bunch of kids wanting to talk about soccer rates. When you got up and spoke, you spent a minute and a half berating this board, talking about how late it was for these kids. The video's posted on Spotsy Parent for Public Education. It's got 2,500 views in 48 hours. And then suddenly when you're elected, you change it and you vote to push back public comments, restricting free speech. Mr. Abuzma, you stand up there and scream, we need to hear from our constituents. We need to hear from our constituents. After the music was played and they recorded Mr. Braswell, the next month, Ms. Shelley had the attorney give a presentation about tightening up public comments. Y'all were an outrage. How dare we? We need 5 minutes. We need to hear from our constituents. Mr. Twigg, here you are. Oh, we need to shorten it. You know, as soon as you have control, you want to restrict the free speech because the room's filled with people that you probably don't like.
You must address the chair. You're not talking to the people in the audience. Please be respectful of that. Go ahead, sir.
All right, so we had a rally, as you know, to support our educators. At the last school board meeting, Ms. Phelps, your closing comments talked about what was posted on social media during the school board meeting. So we'd like you to kind of watch the meeting and not talk about what's on social media. And you also talked about the rally being divisive. We had a rally telling teachers to stay with us. But yet, on mass rallies, you're out there walking in the crowds and supporting them. Yes, I see you like smirking at me. That's really nice. We need to work together. At the December meeting, I said, you guys need to think about what's in the news. Every time we have a school board meeting, it's a blank show in the newspaper about the actions of this board. We talked about you're already losing staff, new staff, when somebody comes from out of the area, they're gonna Google the school system and they see this news. And I asked you guys to think about that, work together. So far, ask yourself, I mean, other people have talked about it before, every action you do, does it benefit our kids? So far, you can't do it. You fired our superintendent, which you planned on for a long time, but yet you had no plan for an interim. You had to call a special emergency to get an acting, and I love Dr. Fenard, but you had to get a special meeting to have an acting till you could figure out who the interim is. There's no plan. Thank you.